Liverpool are through to the next round of the EFL Cup after they beat Bournemouth 2-1. In today's video, we will of course go over all the major talking points from the game, whilst also going over why Liverpool could save transfer millions after a recent twist. Not only that, but we'll also go over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We may only be 10 games into the Premier League season, but fans might have already been given a hint regarding the colour schemes for Liverpool's 2024-2025 kits. The club released the 3 shirts for the current campaign over a spread of months earlier this year, and things have started well on the pitch since their introductions. The home shirt featured the traditional red but with a new white trim for the 2023-24, while the second and third kit served up a green and white number and a purple strip respectively. Now supporters have been given a glimpse into how the offerings could look next season, despite more than 9 months separating us from seeing them being used in competitive action. An insight to the colours of these strips have been provided by kit expert Fumbler Rourke on Twitter, with a post showing an indication of what fans can expect in the designs. It appears that the home shirt will once again feature an element of white, while the away kit will include a mixture of teal, grey and black in a similar scheme to the one we saw for the title-winning 2019-20 season. The third kit is expected to consist of platinum, black and red, with the prospect of all these designs likely to be extremely popular with the Liverpool fans. Footy headlines added further detail on the rumoured alternative strip, suggesting that we could see an upside swoosh with both red and yellow in the famous Nike logo. More details are likely to follow in the coming months, with kit leaks becoming increasingly more prominent online prior to official launches for the club. Here's hoping we can add a golden Premier League logo onto the sleeve when the players first pull up with the new shirts for the 2024-2025. Liverpool are in the League Cup quarter-final after knocking out Bournemouth thanks to a brilliant Darwin Núñez strike in testing South Coast conditions. In this part of the video, we'll discuss the 5 major talking points from the game. Klopp goes big twice. 8 changes were made by Jurgen Klopp in his lineup, but certainly not to massively lessen the strength of the starting lineup. Mohamed Salah captained the side from the start for the first time. This was only his 5th League Cup tie since signing for the Reds, now in his 7th season. Also in were Dominic Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones and Joel Matip. All have been first choice in the league this season at times, while Kostas Tsimikas played, now being the only senior left back available. Clearly the boss saw the match as an important one to win, and indeed an all-winnable, if we were good and we had the quality on the pitch. It wasn't just a 45-minute plan either, as was evidenced by a triple substitution on the hour mark. It could have been expected that Mo and Co might depart then, but no, Jones, Harvey Elliott and Wataru Endo were replaced by Núñez, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Alexis McAllister. Most competitions should be winnable for the Reds, fans might feel, but this year might just be a little bit more important and a little bit more winnable with Manchester City already out. We are in a rebuild mode and spring piece of silverware certainly wouldn't go amiss. Jurgen didn't want to needlessly miss out, and he hasn't. Defensive standouts. With 3 of the switches to the lineup coming at the back, plus another in goal, it could have been the case that we all looked ragged, sloppy, or lacking a cohesion in defence. And while we certainly had a few nervy moments trying to pass out against the wind at the start of the second half, overall it was a strong showing with a couple of impressive performances from Joe Gomez and Jarell Quansah in particular. The youngster dealt with both Dominic Solanke's movement and attempts to turn, and with Semenyo's pace, dribbling ability. In addition, more than once he has won to break the first line, with a sudden surge forward 10 metres or so, opening a gap and picking a decent pass. Another test for the rookie and another one largely passed with flying colours, especially an important late header over his own crossbar. Gomez, meanwhile, was a great outlet down the first half and produced a couple of big defensive moments, including a header off the line from a corner at 1-0. Joel Matip certainly stepped up a second half and performed well, but as a senior we expect exactly that from him. Squad options are impressing. While not a vintage overall showing in dismal conditions, most players put in a pretty solid showing from a technical standpoint and did a good job tactically. Endo was a case in point. He looks increasingly comfortable in that deepest midfield role, stepping up much higher than even 3 or 4 weeks back in matches, winning possession back quickly and being incisive with passes when possible. Jones likewise was diligent on the ball and hard-working in his first domestic match, back after suspension, while Cody Gakpo continued his comeback from injury with another close-range goal. And in those defensive options stepping up to the task, with Virgil van Dijk and co rested, and it was armoured to very positive work out all around for the squad, showing they can be called up against the top-flight opposition. Perhaps the one who didn't really check that box on the night was Ryan Gravenberch, who only really managed to come on and commit a series of fouls to leave the Reds under late pressure, but he has already more than shown he has much to offer too. Rotation of roles. Of more interest on the night was perhaps Klopp's willingness to make a few changes to where the regulars, the seniors, they're lined up. Salah, for example, was very much in the centre forward zone for most of the first half, a bit of a split at times between diamond midfield and a very free roaming, rotating right side in our normal setup. It was part of a job share between Elliott and Szoboszlai, or part of the fact the Hungarian had a free license to roam as he wanted. Through the middle, high and wide, in and around the English youngster, linking play up with Salah. Then later, after the hour mark changes, Trent came into central midfield, not from right back as it usually is the case, but actively sitting there and playing at the base. It meant Alexis McAllister could go forward a little more at times, but also that we kept a back four in place with Gomez still present in Trent's usual spot. The options are great to have, but it's also encouraging to see Klopp trying them out in meaningful but not entirely risky match moments. Trophy chances and call for relentlessness. Next up, it's Luton Town and a rare trip to Kenilworth Road, and another Premier League match which the Reds will expect to win. Looking beyond that, the odds on the Reds to win the EFL Cup were already low. They'll be bottoming out now after exits of both Arsenal and Manchester United on the same night as we've seen off the Cherries. Everton and West Ham could offer, though, teams face on the day, but Newcastle are the best of the other teams left as such. The one problem potentially in that is the last 8 encounter will come between league match against Manchester United and Arsenal, neither of which will have the same midweek game to play. Obviously, Liverpool are looking strong and continue to roll on. After the game, a lot of love was given to Jurgen Quansah, and many believe he is the future to our defence and may save us transfer millions going forward. This is what fans had to say after his performance. Quansah been great tonight, serious composure. Another says Jurgen Quansah, man of the match there, outstanding. His emergence has been one of the main positives from this season so far. Top talent who looks more than good enough to become a Liverpool centre-back in years to come. Quansah just keeps impressing, mature and strong modern-day centre-back, good on the ball in both carrying and passing, a player who really deserves a chance to get more and more chances, giving him chances in the Cups, and some in the Premier League this year could be perfect intro to Matip's replacement. Quansah was absolute boss. Quansah though, what a performance, hell of a prospect. Quansah has saved the club millions, I reckon fantastic young talent. Usually sceptical to praise young defenders given how many false dawns we've had in that position, but Quansah looks really solid, held his own very well in all of his cameos, and a variety of different centre-back pairings. At the very worst, he's a great depth option. We all know that the club are looking to revamp the defence next, but could we see a huge twist and see Jurgen Quansah get the nod instead of investing millions into a new player? It will certainly be interesting to see. Finally, the Reds were drawn to West Ham. They have already played each other this season. Liverpool won 3-1 at Anfield back in September. When Liverpool last reached this stage of the competition, we then went on to win the trophy at Wembley, were all good for omens. The quarter-final ties take place on either December 19th or December 20th, and as we stated, for Liverpool this match will sit between the visit of both Manchester United and Arsenal in the Premier League. 2 huge games for Klopp's men. So far, the manager has used this competition to rotate his squad, and it would be not a surprise to see him do it again when the tie comes around. Under Klopp, Liverpool have reached this stage of the competition 5 times in 9 seasons. As for 2-legged semi-finals, the Reds have played 3 under his tutelage. Liverpool fans, what did you make of Jurgen Quansah, and do you think he could save us transfer millions? Yes or no? Let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.